National Football League. And coming up, we'll see Derek Carr. After his last game, he's now across 3,000 yards for the season. It's the Saints and the Giants, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 24.
First opened back in 1975. There's a look inside the iconic Superdome in downtown. The byes are over. It's now a 4-week sprint to the finish, and we are underway here in Week 15. And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. So here come the Saints to take over for the first time. And here's the new man under center. After 9 seasons as a Raider, Derek Carr is the guy.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week. But all he focused on was the loss. Okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. To throw, it's Carr. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. You know, Charles, for this defense, look, it's no secret. You're facing a team that is really, really struggling. They haven't won in what seems like forever, but sometimes a desperate team can be a dangerous team, right?
You're exactly right about that, but they shouldn't be. When they're on that
and now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. Well, the Giants have it. It's picked up. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. And now, meanwhile, before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that
After review of the play.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Play action. Now it's Carr. Well, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. And the Giants are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Second down and 8. Again, it's Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
He's got exactly what you're looking for. The ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
And for the Saints here on 3rd down, an extra defensive back on the field. Hyatt goes in motion left. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
This is really impressive because when the offenses are running RPOs, things move very quickly. Fake, ball's out of his hands, and they're trying to hit him in the gaps downfield. And instead, the defender reacts so well that he makes a play on it, and the ball falls incomplete.
They're going to try and throw. Got a man open. It's Darren Waller. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. The Giants had 8 and 5 to start play, and they come in on the heels of yet another victory. That ran their win streak, Charles, up to 7 now.
And I think that last win, that established them and stamped them, to me, as Super Bowl frontrunners. They're home with extreme confidence, and you need that in order to go all the way.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Jones with a handoff to Barkley, and he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with the football. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out, and it'll be a turnover on downs. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
At the Giants' 28-yard line.
On play action, it's Carr. There's a short one to the tight end, Johnson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Now Carr. Out route to Hill, complete. Only able to gain a couple there, and that'll bring up second down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. He's going to get 4 out of this as he's down to the 10-yard line. Here is 3rd down and 4.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Throwing now is Carr. Touchdown! A great play there. His second touchdown of the season. And the Saints will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays, and it all culminates in a Saints touchdown. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. As the Giants head back out there, let's take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC. Now, the current playoff picture, and you can see they are one of those 3 wild-card teams, at least for the moment, but they have not clinched that spot, Charles. And look, their message has been clear. We're keeping our foot on the gas to the very end.
And how about the theater and the drama that's involved, partner? The best part, we've got a front-row seat to it all. And I think this is obviously the ultimate goal when they added a 7th seed to the playoffs back in 2020. More drama, more teams in it late in the season, and more importance on games like this.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete.
Anytime the ball's thrown in the middle of the field, it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch it. Doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Now Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Half jumbo. Go fit. Go fit. Adriana Lima.
Up the middle with Barkley. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Throwing Jones. This one goes out wide for Barkley. So nothing doing there. And 3rd and 8 now.
That's a defense you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage, because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
That is caught. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly, that you declined that one? All I can think of is that someone on the field got confused because they had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down. They'll run it again with Barkley. They'll hold everything because Darren Waller, the tight end, appears to be injured on that play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. They're 2 for 2 on third down conversions on this drive. This one tough. They need 9 yards on third down. Operating from the gun, Jones. Now this thrown deep for Slayton. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So 2 third down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a third, and now they deal with fourth down.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
The offense going to stay out there. They've converted once, failed once. What can they do here on fourth down? In motion right, Campbell. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. So the drive stays alive after the fourth down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30. They go back to the ground now with Barkley. Taken down by Pete Werner.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Now they run the option on second down. And out of bounds right around the 20. The keeper gets him 7 that time, but it'll lead to a third down. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he gets this down to the 18. Good enough for a first down. Well, they gave themselves options there on the third down play and were able to convert on that RPO.
Shows a lot of trust with the guy taking the snap, doesn't it? Because you're counting on him to make the right reads and give the ball where it's supposed to go. And he did on that play.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
To throw again on second down, Jones. And he's got it. And he's brought down. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. Barkley. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, second and goal. Looking to throw. Jones dancing to his left. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
Will try to punch it in, and he is in. Touchdown, Giants. Saquon Barkley, halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Giants are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Gano the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So that about as lengthy a drive as you're ever going to see. And it ends with a Saquon Barkley touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. He had the touchdown pass on that previous drive, number 25 for him on the year. And he'll look to keep it rolling, first down. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. Downfield, and he's got Olave. Now he's loose down the left sideline. Touchdown, New Orleans. Chris Olave. 75 yards, and the Saints have taken the lead. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that makes the score 14-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. And New York set to take the field. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive. And they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. First down now, but that clock rolling. They'll go to Barkley again. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. Here's Jones to throw on 2nd down. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver. Penalty flag had to come out.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one lines up to be incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They're giving him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Jones signaling, let's go, try to get his guys up to the line. Now Jones on 3rd down. Short throw going to be caught by Waller. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another 1st down. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Now a 2nd and 10. Back to throw again. Incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
Well, no one likes to see that drop, but I'll guarantee it's not going to stop his quarterback from going back to him anytime he has open space.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. We'll get this out to Barkley complete. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the 2nd quarter.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the 1st half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball, possibly in the open field. And I think in the 2nd half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside. They're putting together a drive here in the final minutes of the half, but the coverage has been tight all game long, and they certainly want to keep them off the scoreboard here.
Gano's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15.
All right, we'll bypass the halftime show in favor of returning to this late season game with the teams coming back from the locker rooms here a bit early. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaughan, getting set for quarter number 3 here. And he will not bring it out. It's a touchback. Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
Now a timeout here, at least for the moment. Looks like one of the Saints is injured, shaken up on that last play. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Back to throw. Jones. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick six.
Hey, that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate. Those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
And possession switching back to the New York Giants. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling.
He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. And now they're in the hurry-up. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Gets this to Campbell out on the right side. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to take possession here at their own 33. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Now after the INT, it's Carr. Little short pass here to Hill. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that will bring up 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Here now a 3rd down and 8. They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Nice call by the defense there on 3rd down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
Here comes the Saints punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. With it is Jackson. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll try and get this run game going. This is Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Barkley inside handoff. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Jones on 1st and 10. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Glad to be in the great city of New Orleans, rolling along here in the 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10. Catch made by Slayton. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him over 3,000 yards passing now on the campaign.
And Brandon, nowadays, your leader's usually closer to 5,000 yards on the year, but still, 3,000 yards, a good season.
Flushed out right. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Jones now looking to throw on 2nd down. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jones. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it with Barkley. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. Saquon Barkley with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter. They're going to run it with Barkley. And he pushes forward but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst, And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Here's Carr to throw. That'll be taken in by Shaheed. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. We're off to the 4th quarter here in Week 15. Happy holidays to all. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL. Back now here live in New Orleans. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the 4th. Carr completes it, and that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Just because you got the lead in the 4th, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
Here's Kamara trying to run for it. There he goes, right side. Down the sideline he goes. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, 55 yards. And the Saints add on to their lead, and they appear poised to break this long losing streak. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. That time, 75-yard drive, 5 plays. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Now out come the Giants. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. Jones and the Giants now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that, and thus far they've been successful.
That's complete to Slayton. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. They're going to hurry back to the line now. In motion, Slayton. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That 3rd down conversion good for 23. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Blitz coming, and down he goes. That's the former Buckeye Pete Werner getting the sack.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Meanwhile, Jones' throw taken in by Slayton.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Here's Jones to throw on third down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. In motion right, Campbell. Jones out to the flat, and that's caught. Touchdown, Giants! Paris Campbell from 19 yards away. And the Giants have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Extra point try good by Gano. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. Here in the fourth quarter, defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts as early as opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Kamara up the middle. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on third down.
Offside. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Play action. Now it's Carr. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Trying to run down some clock with Kamara. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. Throwing his Carr on third down. Targeting Thomas on the out route, making the catch. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They're looking at a 4th down now as they try to hold on to this lead for dear life. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this punt sails over the sideline. And the spot, it looks to be right at the 25-yard line. So now Jones and the Giants down by 5. A minute 56 to go. A possible crippling loss to their playoff status in the balance, barring a late score. Gets this to Waller, and he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So an ideal set of circumstances there. They move the chains, and they save that final timeout.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
A handoff, Barkley running left. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. And now all of a sudden the shoe's kind of on the other foot. Maybe you pull the reins back here a bit?
Yeah, a little bit, because you got to make sure that you don't score too quickly.
Final minute, one timeout remaining. 1st and 10. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Well, Brandon, we can see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Here's 1st and goal. Breida. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure. And this is going to be caught. It's caught. And they've won the football game. Touchdown, New York. What a finish in this one, Charles. You know, this group, they come in, they have to fight a hostile atmosphere every snap. They get the late score, they get the victory, and that flight home, it's going to be a little sweeter after this one.
And Brandon, just like you, I was fired up for that last sequence. How about that? Wouldn't you have loved to have been in the huddle when they were mounting that game-winning drive? Big-time moment. No one shied away from it. They tuned out the crowd, kept their heads, and executed the way they needed to earn that win.
So for the Giants, the final 3 weeks are going to tell the story as they move to 9-5 on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Philly to take on the Eagles. Meanwhile, for New Orleans, the season is really nosediving now as they fall to 2-12. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road.